There are a lot of uncertainties and mysteries about where the Trump administration will actually go on some policy questions once it's actually in office next month. But there may be no bigger mystery than what the administration's position on climate change will be. The signals have been nothing if not mixed, starting back in the campaign when Donald Trump himself said he thought climate change was a hoax and that the U.S. would pull out of the United Nations efforts to have an international global climate accord. Then after the election, in a couple of interviews, he said, well, maybe there is some man-made element to climate change and that he will keep an open mind on the subject. He and his daughter Ivanka met with Al Gore, the former vice president, who is perhaps the leading apostle in the country about policies to combat climate change. Then another reverse of field when he picks for the Energy Department and the Environmental Protection Agency two nominees, Rick Perry and Scott Pruitt, who are skeptics about climate change and friends of the fossil fuel industry. And at the same time, the transition team that is looking to set policy in the Energy Department sent in a questionnaire that wanted to know which specific officials had been working on international climate change issues, sending a chill through the agency. And then finally, this week, the transition said basically that was a mistake. That Energy Department questionnaire should never have been sent. So where does this all leave climate change policy? Well, it leaves it with a big question mark over it, and it means for sure that the confirmation hearings coming up for Rick Perry and Scott Pruitt are going to be very interesting and, if you don't mind the pun, pretty heated.